Unit 1, Form A test. Please feel free to pause and rewind the video as often as you need to. Make sure you pay attention for labels and equations when the questions ask for them. For questions 1 through 3, it says, choose the symbol from the box to compare the fractions. Question 4. A mouse runs 2/10 foot from an exercise wheel to the water bottle. How far does the mouse run if he runs from the wheel to the water bottle and back to the wheel? Make sure you solve the question and use the model. Put your answer in the box. Question 5. A farmer has 2 equal-sized fields. He plants corn in 11/12 of the first field and in 6/12 of the second field. How much more of the first field does he plant with corn than the second field? Make sure you solve the problem and use the model. Put your answer in the box. Question 6. Chris and Dylan ordered flatbread. Chris ate 3/8 of the flatbread. Dylan ate 1/4 of the flatbread. What fraction of the flatbread did they eat? Make sure you solve the problem and use the model. Put your answer in the box. Question 7. Taylor mixes 2 5/8 cups of white flour and 1 4/8 cups of wheat flour for a recipe. For part A, write and solve an equation to show how much flour Taylor mixes. Draw a model to show how you solved the problem. The rubric is looking to see an equation, your answer, and a model. Don't forget your label. For part B, the recipe requires a total of 6 3/8 cups of flour. How much more flour does Taylor need to finish the recipe? Show your work. The rubric is looking for your equation, your answer, and your work. Make sure that you include a label. Question 8. Select the fractions that are equivalent to 5/8. Mark all that apply. Think about what strategies you know to determine equivalent fractions. Question 9. Write 2 fractions that are equivalent to 4/16. Draw a model with split fraction bars to justify your answer. The rubric is looking for 2 equivalent fractions and 2 models for fractions equivalent to 4/16. For number 10, draw a line to match the fraction in the left column with its equivalent mixed number in the right column. Number 11, for exercises 11A through 11E, choose yes or no to indicate whether the fractions are equivalent. Number 12, for exercises 12A through 12D, add or subtract. Make sure that you show your work. Please write your answers on the lines and circle them. Number 13. Jess buys 5/8 pound of turkey and 7/16 pound of cheese. How much turkey and cheese does Jess buy? Write an addition or subtraction equation to solve the word problem using some of the following numbers and symbols. Some numbers are used more than once. This box should include your operation. This should be your answer. The rubric is looking for a correct equation and a correct answer. Problem 14. Padma is hiking along a trail that is 5 7/10 miles long. She hikes 2 3/4 miles and stops to watch an eagle. How much farther does Padma have to hike? Show your work. The rubric is looking for an equation, your work, and a label. Question 15. Chun mixes 8 5/6 gallons of white paint and 3 1/3 gallons of blue paint. He has 2 gallons of paint left after painting the walls. Estimate how much paint Chun uses to paint the walls. Explain how you estimated. The rubric is looking for your estimate and your explanation of how your answer is reasonable. Remember, you might use estimates and benchmarks. Don't forget to include a label. When you're all finished with your test, please check it over carefully. Make sure you've answered all questions, that you've included equations, and given labels. Lastly, your name should be on your test and your rubric. Do your best. Good luck.